Hi, for this video, I wanted to take a moment to look at some of the features and accessories that come with the GameBird, so that if you're watching for the first time or if you're using it for the first time, you kind of know what to expect. So, I'm going to start with, here's the power switch. It's on the left side. Here's the light indicator that will show if it's on, which would be green. I'll go ahead and flip that to on. There we go. So that's going to flash for a bit. The screen is on, but you're not going to see anything for about, 15 seconds or so while it's booting up. And there we go. And while that's doing its thing, on this side is the charger port. This uses USB micro, and then it has a red light indicator for if it's being charged. And if it's plugged in and the light turns off, that means it's fully charged. Looking on the back here, we have the L and R buttons. And we also have an audio port, 1/8" jack. We have an HDMI out, which can be plugged into a TV, and a USB micro for the USB hub here, so that you can plug controllers into it. On that note, the USB hub that it comes with has 4 ports, as you can see, and then a USB micro end, so you can take that, plug that in like that. Right? You have a little red light indicator that comes on. And then you can plug in something like this. This is just something I got on Amazon. Now I can plug in any kind of USB controller. And now I can control it with the controller. So, of course, if you were to plug this into a TV, you would use the converter here, because this is technically, I don't think it's called mini HDMI, or micro HDMI, I can't remember, but it's a smaller HDMI port, so this converter comes with. And out the other end, you'll notice that's a full-size HDMI port. And that's just going to plug into the back here, like that. Now you can run this off to a TV. And there you go. The device also comes with a small but high quality charger cable. This is just a regular USB micro to USB-A type. And that, of course, just plugs in here. I don't have this plugged into a block, so I'm going to use a different one. You'll have to use your own block, but anything with like a 2 amp 1 to 2 amp block I found is okay. So you can see here, got red, so we're charging. You can see the battery indicator has changed to a charging symbol. And yeah, so we can see that the battery is going up. Okay, one other thing to note. If you do plug in a cable that you run out to a TV, it's going to detect that. And when it does, it's going to switch into TV mode. And there's a few things I have to explain about TV mode. TV mode is going to disable all the buttons on the console itself, on the handheld, and it's going to only allow you to use plugged-in controllers. There's a few reasons for that. For one, I found that this button the R button was just really hard to get to when you have this plugged in, so that was a little bit of a compromise. But more importantly, it would force you to use these buttons if you were plugged into a TV, even if you had a controller plugged in. And that was just really annoying. Sometimes your cable isn't very long, or it doesn't have a lot of length coming out the back of your TV. So what are you going to do? You're going to sit there and play a few inches from the TV holding this thing? Like, no way. You're going to want to sit back on a couch or something with your friends and play with a controller. So the compromise was, okay, disable all these buttons and force it to use a gamepad. And you can't use TV mode without a controller plugged in. It just won't work. So that covers all the basics. For the most part, that's all of the accessories. Yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to email me or comment, and I'll have the email in the description. All right, thanks for watching.